remember getting hit and knocked down, and say I got my oxygen mask shot off, and got down, and I kind of come to and thought, I said, I might get out of this airplane. I was sitting in the escape hatch, the back door of the thing, and that was as far as I could go. I was bleeding bad, and this boy named Billings, he was the only other crew member that the anti-aircraft shell hit. He got shot in the leg. He threw me out of the airplane. I couldn't get out. I got captured October the 9th, 42. I'll always remember that. Oh, well, when I hit the ground in the parachute, I hit like a sack of corn. And I heard my old right knee say, scrunch. The German guards, they watched me come down the parachute. And they came right up to where I was. I remember this one German guard had his old pistol. He'd come up there with that pistol on me, and I couldn't move even. They picked me up off the ground and set me in a chair there, and set me in this chair and gave me a little medical attention, and got me to a German military hospital in Saint-Omer, France. I got good medical attention from the Germans gave me great medical attention. And then during the war, see, Germany belonged to the international rules relative to the treatment of prisoners of war. I don't know if you're familiar with the Geneva Convention or not. But gosh, in my hospital, that's all I had to read was 10 weeks, and I could quote that backward. I could tell you any part of it. I could tell you all the prisoner of war rights. And I become authority of that in the camp, you know. Well, one of the German nurses had worked in a hospital in London, England before the war and could speak English. And she kind of took care of me. Well, it's pretty rough. That's pretty rough on some of them. And I believe I had 21 days solitary confinement. They'd capture these American prisoners and take them in and interrogate them, and they knew more than we did, but they still wanted to get it to the newcomers and all. They knew what the day I left the United States, where I was flying out of when I got captured. We'd get up each morning and get counted, get our soup or bread or whatever we had, and then play cards. I used to play from 60 to 80 hands of bridge a day, 7 days a week. Every time they'd have an air raid, you know, we'd get some prisoner of war, and you'd meet every group of prisoners of war. Your first question was, what outfit were you from? You know, you check on your old buddies and where's your hometown, and get the life history. Any prisoners from a corporal on up did not have to work. If you worked, it was by your choice, and we didn't have to work. See, and all Air Force combat men were sergeants and above. And none of us had to work unless they volunteered. Some volunteered. Some Air Force men volunteered without work to the German farms to get a little extra food. And we were allowed, we'd elect our own camp commanders. And our camp commander was Kenneth John Kurtenbach, Kurtenbach. I was the one that nominated him. I promoted boxing, wrestling, managed all-star softball team. We kind of had an athletic program, and that is a Stalag 17. See, the American Red Cross sent us sports equipment like softballs, bats, gloves, and we you know, the big sporting event was the North-South All-Star softball team, and we'd have these question and answer deals. You know, groups get together and on different subjects. You know, like I usually handle the sports. I was a football referee before the war, and I refereed little basketball, little football, so I was the authority on sports officiating. And we see, the greatest thing that helped us was the American Red Cross. When we'd get Red Cross parcels, a parcel a week a man, we lived like kings. We lived great. I believe at one time they told us, or we learned, that the Russian prisoners were 10% above starvation rations. I remember passing people in prison camps so weak from hunger they couldn't even raise their arm to speak. And I saw a lot of hungry people. Even myself, I'd eat a lot of soup and take a spoon and throw out a few worms, then eat more soup. We knew that the Russians were coming, and the Germans evacuated the camp. They'd move the prisoners farther in. Well, the Germans said I couldn't walk on account of being crippled with a bad knee, so I didn't have to make the march. It was known as the march. And those poor boys got marched for days. The day the war ended, I ate lunch with the Russian army.